After seeing it took about a quarter for you guys to get in rhythm yesterday, they had 5 turnovers in the final 3 quarters of the game, allowed that 17-point second quarter of the Warriors. What were you able to take away from last night's game?
Well, small pick and rolls, I was pretty pleased about. I've been talking a lot about that the last month and a half or so. And last night, in 19 possessions of small pick and rolls, we scored 1.65 points per possession, so which is really good. And we've been working on it every day to try to get better at it. Defensively, I thought we did a good job of just, having awareness with Steph because he moves so much without the ball. They do a good job of setting screens, from everywhere for him. And I thought we did a good job of blitzing, trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Some things we got to improve on, like I've been talking about, just individual defense, taking a challenge one-on-one. We got to do a better job with that. No middle drives. We let Wiggins get to a strong hand, which we know he's going right. He did it 4 times. So just, communication on switches, we got to get better. And so just, I think, last night was the first game in like 7 or 8 days. So hopefully that was just the case. But we got to get better, defensively, just communicating, understanding what we're trying to do, and, having a sense of urgency in transition, getting back, getting matched, talking. So really the biggest thing is just communication defensively.
Thanks. Tomer, you can go ahead.
Hey, Ty, it's good to see you. I'm curious, you've always talked about this season pushing the pace and playing faster. But, so far, like Steve Kerr noted yesterday, like you guys are one of the slower teams in the league in terms of pace. I'm curious, like, how do you drill that into guys? Like, how do you just drill going downhill more, but playing, not out of control? Like, how do you drill that into guys?
Well, pace, to me, is like when guys are taking quick shots in transition, more so my pace is just, getting the ball with pace, being attacked early. If it's not there, then getting to your half-court offense, not walking the ball up the court, not getting into your sets, with 14 on the clock. That's what I call pace. On misses, we got to get the ball up the court, try to attack early. And if it's not there, just rely on our half-court offense. But we don't want to walk it up. We don't want to be a slow pace. I know the pace means, guys shoot the ball early in the shot clock and things like that. I want to, definitely take the best available shot, but we want to come up just forcing jacking shots because our pace is slow.
Do you look at things like, possessions in a game, how many possessions you guys have in total in a game and stuff like that? And do you guys try to increase that, or how do you view that kind of stat?
I just look more so at turnovers, and I think getting to the free throw line. Those are the key for me. I think if we get into the free throw line, which means we're attacking the basket, and if we're attacking the basket, it means we get into the free throw line or we're getting open threes. And then also just taking care of the basketball, which we did a good job of last night. But those are the 2 areas I look for offensively, of just, like I said, taking care of the basketball and, getting to the free throw line.
Thanks. Andrew, you can go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, Ty. Is there any more clarity on kind of Pat's availability for this upcoming games?
Not as of right now. We'll know more tomorrow.
Okay. And then with Serge, it seems like most games he usually gets that first shot, whether that's drawn up that way or not. He gets going pretty early. Why do you feel like you guys want to get him the ball so early so often?
Just letting him touch it, getting a feel. I think, PG and Kawhi, they're going to have the ball in their hands a lot. They're going to get their shot. So in that starting lineup, if we can get Serge, get him going early, make him feel good, it's usually been good for us. So he came out and set the tone for us offensively yesterday and defensively as well. And also on the boards, having 14 rebounds was great. So, just trying to establish him early, get him going, let him feel it, let him touch it. And usually he has, pretty good games when he makes his first shot.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Go over to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, sir. Thank you. New Orleans presents an interesting problem, especially with Zion and his ability to just get to the rim and make pretty much anything around the rim in general. What can the team do to basically negate his ability to get to the rim as easy as he has been able to do so far?
I just think we got to show him a crowd. We can't, leave Nick or whoever's guarding him on the island by themselves. When he puts the ball on the floor, we got to swarm and make him a passer. Can't let him get behind the defense for lobs or, easy offensive rebound putbacks. We got to take those away from him, make him score over our defense and, be ready to help at all costs. And, You know, we know he's shooting a high percentage. We know I think he's first in the league, I think, in paint points. So we just got to do a good job of just, containing him, making him play in the crowd and making them pass the ball and then get back out to their shooters.
Thanks. Go to Farbod.
Hey, Coach, this being your first year as coach with this team, you just went through the first half of the season, and I know obviously it's very early, but was there a moment you felt, most proud of this team within that first half, whether it was, the game against the Heat when everyone was missing or the Jazz game? Is there just a moment from that first half of the season that stands out to you?
The Heat win was a big win for us. I think being down 20, on the road and coming back winning that game was a huge win for us. But, last night, just offensively, just seeing a small pick and roll, something that we've been working on for the last couple of months, and kind of seeing it come together yesterday was a good feeling. I think those two are probably pretty much the best thing I've seen for me so far this year. And just things you work on, you want to get better at, seeing improvement in that, makes you feel good.
Thanks, Coach. We got time for one more. We'll go to Ohm.
About his impact in the locker room. One of the bonuses you mentioned was his relationship with Kawhi.
I missed the first part of that.
When I've asked you about Serge in the past, about his impact on the locker room and the chemistry, one of the things you mentioned as a positive was his relationship with Kawhi. I'm wondering, what have you learned about the relationship, and how have you seen it impact this team that might not have been there last year?
Just be able to talk to one another. I think, Serge understands what Kawhi likes. Kawhi understands what Serge likes. And they're able to talk to each other. We're not on the same page. They're able to communicate that and kind of tell, Kawhi's good at telling Serge where he needs him to be, if he needs him to roll or pop. And they just have a relationship, like you said, of being able to talk and communicate.
Is there any moment that stands out to you of something that you're like, man, these guys are tight and this is going to help us, or anything like that?
Right before we went on that last trip, we was having, I don't know if it was practice or shoot around, and we was going through some drills. And but yeah, that was the day, but I ain't gonna tell you what happened, but it was kind of funny. But just seeing Kawhi get animated was good to see. Like
Kawhi was going at it at Serge?
Not going at it, but just telling him what he needed to do. And it was kind of some back and forth, but it was good to see, so it was healthy for us.
Thanks, Ty.